Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk quickly about the new Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. From the viewpoint of a Ghoti player. I do want you guys to know that there's actually Ghoti support indirectly in this set, and I want to show you why, and I want to show you what it is, and we're going to read it together, go over the new combos. So Terminal Revenge basically features support for a lot of the hidden arsenal archetypes and the other archetypes from that era. So we have Ice Barrier, Gen X, Infernoid, Ritual Beast, and Sky Striker as well. So really what we're going to be focusing on for the Ghoti strategy is going to be that Ice Barrier support, because this actually supplies a new starter for the Ghoti strategy, and I want to talk about what that is and how you can use it and kind of like the new combos that come with it. So we're going to go ahead and look at we're just going to play through it honestly and see how it goes, and I'll show you what the combo is going to look like. So let's go ahead and check out the new combos that we can do with the new Ice Barrier cards, starting with actually an older Ice Barrier card. Not that old, but it came out in the Ice Barrier structure deck a couple years ago, whenever that was. This one is Revealer of the Ice Barrier, and this is going to be our new starter for Ghoti, and I will go through the whole combo with Revealer, right? So let's go ahead and read it together, since you probably, or you may not know the Ice Barrier cards. First of all, this says, while you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot tribute summon. Probably not too relevant. You can only use each of the following effects of Revealer once per turn. You can discard one card, special summon one Ice Barrier tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters the rest of the turn except waters. So we're playing Ghoti, that's fine. We can be locked into waters. And then it says, if you would discard or send a card from your hand to the graveyard to activate an Ice Barrier monster's effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So this is not gonna, that second effect is not gonna come up during our combo, but it could if we incorporate different Ice Barrier stuff into our deck, right? So just something to keep in mind. The nice thing about this starter, obviously, the synergy is you can discard one special summon a level 2 tuner from your deck, boom, level 6 synchro, right? It's almost the same as Supe and Supe Duskwalker, right? But it's also searchable by Medallion, because Medallion is just a normal spell card, says add one Ice Barrier from your deck to your hand, and there we go. We can base our deck around 6 cards that can start our combo with 3 medallions and 3 revealers, right? So that's pretty nice. So let's go through the combo here and we'll see what we can do. Like I said, we already have this, right? We already have access to this in the current card pool, but the level 2 tuners you can summon are bad. Like they might as well be vanilla level 2 tuners, and we don't want to play that in our deck, right? So but what the new set actually provides us, Terminal Revenge, is new Ice Barrier cards that we can summon off of Revealer that actually get us into Ice Barrier combo and more. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what we can do. So we're going to normal summon Revealer, and then we're going to activate effect. Now ideally our discard here is a fish. Specifically one of the Ghoti level 2 tuners, because we are going to need both in rotation, and if we want to do full Ghoti combo, we have to have a fish in our graveyard to banish for Seeks to summon itself back. If you don't know the full Ghoti combo, please go watch the Ghoti combo videos that I have on the channel, but I'll go through it briefly here, right? So we're going to declare this and discard ideally our Paces or our Shift. It doesn't matter which one, because both of them are going to get us to the same place. And we are going to summon out of our deck one of the new Ice Barrier monsters, which is this guy here. This one is called Mirror Magic Master of the Ice Barrier, level 2 tuner. And its effect is very relevant. So before, our level 2 tuner options were only, let's see, we had Dark and Cryomancer, and they just don't have any relevant effects. But now we have Mirror Magic Master, which is pretty clutch. So let's go ahead and read over that one really quick, because it's new in the new set. You contribute one other effect monster. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the rest of this turn except water synchros. So this one locks us even further, but for our combo that's totally fine again. And then it says you can special summon up to 3 Ice Barrier tokens, level 1s. And if you do, increase this card's level by the same number. And that means basically if we summon 3 tokens, this guy, his level increases by 3, becomes a level 5 tuner, right? And then it says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can search an Ice Barrier card from your deck, or add one from Banished, but realistically, the one from deck is going to be most relevant, right? So let's go ahead and proceed with this combo to see where it goes. So we're going to activate this guy's effect by sending Revealer to the graveyard and summoning out 3 tokens. 1, 2, 3. And now our guy is level 5. He's a level 5 tuner, and we have 3 level 1 tokens on board. So from here, we're going to start going into our Ghoti stuff. So we're going to send this to grave, remove a token, and summon an Arion Post. And importantly here, something different, we have to summon the Arion Post to the extra monster zone. Okay, and that's because we're actually going to fill all the other zones. In our combo, we're going to need that extra zone. So from here, we can go Arion Post Chainlink 1 and Mirror Magic Master Chainlink 2 to search. So let's resolve that in order. And our search is actually going to get us another new Ice Barrier card in the Battles of Legend set. Yugioh, Swordsman of the Ice Barrier. Let's read that in 1 second. And we're going to resolve Arion Post next by banishing the Seeks from our deck. Okay, that's standard Ghoti combo here. Now, before we continue on with the trigger of Seeks, we're going to read the new card, Yugioh, Swordsman of the Ice Barrier. So this one says, while you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters in the graveyard. Pretty solid floodgate. And then it says you can only use each of his following effects once per turn. If you control an Ice Barrier monster, which we do, the tokens are Ice Barrier tokens, so we've met that, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 level 5 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your hand or graveyard. So we can summon back our Mirror Magic Master or our Revealer, right? So probably the Mirror Magic Master is going to be more relevant because it's a tuner and we're locked into water synchros from our extra deck this turn anyway, so we might want that tuner back, right? So let's go ahead and continue on with our triggers. Seeks is going to be able to summon itself back out by banishing a fish from our graveyard, which is going to be our Paces. Okay, and then we are going to use Seeks effect on summon to search a fish and banish a fish. So let's go ahead and find our Shift, our other quick synchro, add it to hand, and then banish it from our hand. And now we have full Ghoti combo set up, and now we can continue on with our Ice Barrier cards. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and special summon this Yugioh from our hand since we control an Ice Barrier monster, and then use his effect on summon, which says if it's special summon, you can special summon a level 5 or lower Ice Barrier monster from your graveyard. So we're going to summon back out our Mirror Magic Master here. Okay, so now we have 2 level 1 tokens, a level 6 tuner, and a level 2 tuner. Okay, so what we have access to essentially is we can either go just for a level 8 synchro straight away, which would be probably a Dragite if we want to have a turn 1 board, right? Or we can go into, let me return this. We also have access to White Aura Whale, technically, right? Just another level 8 synchro using Yugioh plus these 2 guys. Okay. Or what we can do is go for a level 7 here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to send Yugioh and this guy. Now we have another 2 options. We have either Deep Sea Prima Donna. Okay, what this card does is it says, your opponent cannot target a synchro that uses this material with card effects. That's fine. That's good. This is importantly a level 7 tuner synchro, right? So we can go into a level 8 from here as well, and then have our White Aura Whale protected from targeting, or our Dragite protected from targeting. So that's kind of cool. So it's kind of just like an extra step there for a protected level 8 synchro. It can also do this. You can target one of your opponent's banished cards, add to your hand, or special summon 1 level 4 or lower water monster from your deck, and if you do, add that target to their hand. So you can search a card by returning a card to their hand from their banished zone. Probably not like super cool, but it's just an idea. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 banished card, shuffle it into the deck. So that could come up for kind of either yourself recycling some of your Ghoti cards, But the real idea of this card is to synergize with the Deep Sea card, which banishes cards from their hand till the end phase, and then you can just put them back into the deck for them, so they don't get the cards back. So really, this is kind of just, you're going to use it for the first effect, right? Your opponent cannot target a synchro monster that uses card as material with card effects, so you're going to give yourself a protected Dragite or a protected White Aura Whale. But what we can really do here is send this back to the extra deck and summon out a level 7 non-tuner. And from here, our options are pretty limited. Like, the level 7 non-tuners are not that great, but we can look at them. Honestly, the best one is this one. It doesn't do much, but at least it's something. Glacial Beast, Iceberg Narwhal. And this one says, each time another monster you control is destroyed by your opponent, inflict 600 damage. Probably not going to come up. During the battle phase, this will come up. When your opponent activates a card or effect, while you control another monster, you can negate the effect and destroy the card, right? So that's pretty cool. It's just something, right? The other options for level 7 synchro water monsters, remember we're locked into water level 7s, are pretty limited. We have like Gungnir, the Ice Barrier guy, but honestly, we're not summoning that. And then there's a bunch of Earth Arctic stuff that you can't summon anyway. So, yeah, it's pretty much this guy as our non-tuner. And from here, we have level 10 synchro material on board. We have a 2, a 7, and a 1. So that will basically allow us to go into whatever we want from here. We also we can go first into a 2 and a 3, or a 2 and a 1 into a level 3, which is Tatsunoko. So this just says you can synchro from your hand. So if for some reason you want to keep this guy on board, you can Tatsunoko and synchro with extra monsters you control in your hand. It's kind of interesting, right? So just an idea, but let's go ahead and go for our level 10 synchro monsters, and we have a few options for waters. So we have, hold on, let me just summon them all out here. We have first these two, which already exist and you probably know about. We have Ice Jade Gamir Agrin, which is cool. It's basically a banish, like a quick effect banish whenever your opponent activates something. This one is a different type of banish. It banishes from the field and grave, and it can be destroyed very easily. So that's pretty nice. But there's also this guy, a new synchro, again, out of the Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge set. And let's go ahead and read over what this guy does, because this guy kind of seems insane when you read it. So, requires a water tuner and a non-tuner monsters. Check. Once per chain, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can special one Ice Barrier monster from your hand, deck, extra deck, or graveyard. And then if you do, change one opponent's attack position monster to defense position. So, it's the battle position change is not a big deal, right? But it basically, you can summon back out your Ice Barrier guys, and that kind of synergizes nicely with your Ghoti tuners, because we can summon out like a level 8 Ice Barrier so that your Ghoti tuner can go directly into Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, or we can summon back out our level 4 here, and our tuner can go into like a level 6. I don't know what we would summon with that. Another Ariane Post maybe, but yeah, it just gives you a lot of options if we're quick synchroing. If we put more materials with different levels on board, it's kind of cool, right? Okay, and then let's read the rest of this guy. You can only use this effect of Lancia up to twice per turn, so you can actually summon out 2 monsters, which is kind of insane. And then it says, if this face-up synchro summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by an opponent's card, you can special summon one Ice Barrier synchro from your extra deck, treat it as a synchro summon. So you can summon out a Trishula, an OG Trishula, and use effect to banish a card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard, which is absolutely nuts. So that's pretty cool, and just like, your opponent has to figure out how to out this card without triggering this. So it might be probably Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon. Putting this in the spell and trap zone will probably do the trick. But yeah, they're going to have to kind of sort that out. So it's up to you which of these level 10s we want to go into. Either the new Lancia or just the classic Chen Ying or Gamir Agrin. All of them we can summon because they're water synchro monsters. So that's all pretty cool, right? So that pretty much ends the combo there. We're going to have our full Ghoti board in play. Let's say we go with the Chen Ying here. Let's put this back to extra deck. Let's put this one back to extra deck. And then on our opponent's standby phase, we're going to be able to summon back out our paces and our shift and have full combo here going into the Oscon. And then going into double Ghoti Deep Beyond when we're ready. So, yeah, overall, it's basically the same Ghoti combo, except now we have an additional level 10 Synchro Body on board. It's more consistent because it's searchable by medallion, so we can play 6 copies of our starter to get into the same combo. However, it is very susceptible to Nibiru, and if we search with medallion, it's susceptible to Droll. And like any other hand trap, but like if they have imperm on our revealer, yeah, that sucks, but if they had imperm, they were going to have imperm for Arion Post anyway, and we probably would have been cooked. So yeah, all in all, it just increases the ceiling of the combo in exchange makes you more susceptible to nib. So it's up to you whether you want to take advantage of this, but it's just a really cool kind of addition and idea for a starter for Ghoti, because Ghoti's main issue honestly is it doesn't have enough good starter options. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, leave a comment below what you think about this starter, a new starter for Ghoti. And with that, we'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you later.